Hello tacticians! Welcome back to the Mythic Journey series. Sorry for the longer than usual lack of new videos. Between the event overlap around Tyrits HRE and the various requirements of my roster and mode availability, I didn't have much motivation and real-life Tacticus energy left to spend on theoreticals. It do be like that sometimes. So imagine my surprise when I sat down to begin working on the reenactment of my Gulgortz Mythic Journey, which I hadn't recorded at the time, to find footage of half of the missions sitting in my folder since early September, and it's 15th of November today. Thank you for being a procrastinating idiot, past, present and future me. Oh well, let's see how I went about it. Mission 1. Defeat 7 enemies with Gulgortz in one turn. And the first mission is pure RNG grot shit, because the only way to do this is to trigger at least 5 battle fatigues between Gulgortz's double attacks. Unless, of course, you're in an LRE stage against Chaos and use Actus to attack with Gulgortz again, and then somehow clip him with just enough friendly fucking fire, by Vindicta, Vitruvius or Katskoden for example, to trigger his final vengeance on the same turn for up to 6 kills, to only need 1 further battle fatigue proc. Or unless triggering a bomb up in survival assigns its kills to whoever set us up the bomb. I haven't had an opportunity to confirm whether this works, but if it does, it may potentially be another way to approach some of these missions. Anyway, here's roughly how I completed this mission somewhere in the Octarius campaign when I originally did it.
Alrighty, so this is a reenactment of how I got my Gulgortz's Mythic Journey Mission 1 done, which means to defeat 7 units in one turn with Gulgortz. And I did it here in Octarius 10 by spawning as many grots as I could for the enemies. The reason I went for this stage was that there are 4 battle fatigable units on the enemy team, which will help because the grots do not spawn completely infinitely. And this whole mission is very fun because basically you need to spawn as many of them as you can, then hit the biggest cluster you can with Gulgortz and hope that he hits something also in a cluster with his passive and that this causes enough battle fatigue. So I'm just gonna try a few turns here. Go for this one, boom boom, and 3 kills. Very random, very fun. Okay, let's try again. That was a bunch, but I don't quite think it was 7. But nevertheless, I think by now you have got the point. Sorry I can't do it more elegantly or whatever, but this is what you get. Might as well progress our guild missions, which is to summon now. So with that, this fight is over. Woohoo!
Mission 2. Deal 8000 damage to stunned enemies with Gulgortz in one turn. Seeing how the only way to stun in the Orcs lineup is Tank Smasher's active hitting a big target, I think Snowprint's intended way of beating this mission is Tank Smashing a massive Rivas or Gulgortz in the arena. Which sucks grot dick for reasons, so let's pull a sneaky and finally find a use for Arjack.
Oh look, a friend in the arena. Hello Shinvagel, you're going to help me demonstrate how to do the second Mythic Journey mission for Gulgortz done really easily, provided one has Arjack. Okay, so this is a rather shitty arena to be doing this in, but that's life. So I'm gonna bring Gulgortz, Eldrion and Arjek to the west because that's where the viable enemies are going to be. The mission is to deal 8000 damage to stunned enemies with Gulgortz, and sadly this Diamond 3 Ariment just doesn't have enough. Well, this may be a problem actually now, huh? Okay, let's see if I can make it work. Okay, good. So now what? Now I want to get Ahriman dead, which is easier done said. And I forgot what order they act in, but I'm pretty sure Karn will not die until he stops the enemy Karn, so this should be fine. Might as well drop a spore as a distraction before I end my turn. There. Okay, this is fine. This is not fine. It may still be fine with the high ground bonus, so stun Karn. He's still just barely over 8000 HP because my Arjak is pretty shit. And wow! Boom, boom, great. And well, that didn't work because Eldrion died to that Karn's pistol blast. But I think at this point you got the point, and I can just finish the match. Thank you for helping me with this demonstration, Shin. Much appreciated. I may actually lose this one. Oh well. Okay, now I'm gonna need some serious spore cheese. This is dangerous because of the smites. Let's spore first. Let's see if the AI is smart. Nope. Although this is still dangerous. If the Neurothrope splashes into Gulgortz, then I will be rather sad. Luckily it goes for the low ground, so everything is fine. Now I just need to debuff the Neurothrope and make sure that Gulgortz can take it. Oh! Didn't expect it to duck away. Okay, I got jab-baited and outsmarted. Hmm. 1000 HP. No, doesn't look like that's gonna work very well. But this should. There, Rodbone will burn off. And by the power of cheese and infinite crap at the cost of some ammo, this arena is won! Cool!
Mission 3. Summon 50 units with Gulgortz. This one is a grind. Whether you grind it out somewhere in the campaign for upgrades or in the arena potentially with Anshi giving you 4 boys per run is up to you. But either way, you'll be wagging a lot. Mission 4. Score 15 hits with Gulgortz in one turn. While this may be doable with Gulgortz alone after picking up some power-ups in survival, the most convenient way is in a raid with a robots team, and I will show that even though I had originally completed this mission in an arena match.
Okay, so this is how to, in theory, complete Gulgortz's 4th Mythic Journey mission, which is to deal 15 hits with him in a single turn. It's easier to do in raids, but in my original run I have done it in an arena, and I wouldn't recommend that because it's hard to control. Now, to do this, you can either bring a lot of hits buffers, or you can rely on Gulgortz's get stuck in trait and on Vitruvius. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Perfect, that combat fatigue is gonna help. Where do I want to roll? Not really going for damage in this one, sorry guildies. It's a demonstration. Also, normally I prefer to run Rogaldorn with my Neurothrope team. Okay, this looks good. Nice. So, the way this is gonna work. Bring Vitruvius here and drop the debuff on Rogel. So now Gulgortz, when he will have 3 base hits, 4 hits, and there is one more thing you can do, and that's to bring somebody else in melee. Now with Vitruvius, 10 and Row in melee, when Gulgortz was, he will be the 4th unit in melee range, and as such he will always trigger get stuck in. He will have 4 melee hits, that should cause him to have 2 extra hits from his melee attacks. That's 6 plus 3 hits from the Grots. I'm not sure if the Grots benefit from get stuck in as well. So let's assume that's just 9 hits per turn. And when Actus does his thing, that will be 9 extra hits, at least in theory. There. Lovely. The Grotz took care of the extra target. So now Gulgortz should deal something like 9 hits again. There, I'm gonna assume the mission is done with that.
Mission 5. Deal 100,000 eviscerating damage with Gulgortz. You can do this one over time wherever and however you please, but the cheapest way to do Gulgortz's Mythic Journey Mission 5 is in Octarius 65, because this is where the biggest grots available in the campaign are, at least in the standard one, and also it drops the weapon anointment oils. Let's go! Okay, so the trick here is going to be to spawn infinite grots somewhere where they reach Gulgortz and not scare them all away. So let's see about doing that. Yeah. Well. Okay, at roughly 300 HP, you only going to need to kill a little over 300 grots. There. Yeah, the newly spawned grots are actually a little bigger. Let me do the maths. 100,000 divided by 299 is roughly 350 grots. Easy. At least until the grots start running away. Let's remove the non-grot enemies. And now all I need to do is to get Gulgortz stuck in. There. And now just wait for enough grots to be produced so that Gulgortz doesn't accidentally complete Mythic Journey Mission 1 and RNG on the grot spawns isn't really cooperating, but that's fine. I have time. Okay, this should be safe now, so that's another 300 damage dealt. And continue like this, presumably until you die of boredom. Screw this. No, this isn't the way to do this mission. Yeah, for your own sake, just do it in Onslaught or in the arena. Anyway, that's enough trolling. Let's get this done. And well, yeah, it's technically possible, but it's completely stupid. Moving on. Oh, and that was actually it. So, yeah, Mythic Gulgortz. Well, he's gonna be really useful in raids with the Admex, I suppose, and in the arena, because the WA makes for a fun and balanced gameplay, because it deletes everything basically on its own. But well, that's Tacticus nowadays for you. Oh well. I think that's Gulgortz's Mythic Journey pretty much covered, so thank you for watching, and I will be back with something eventually. Bye for now, tacticians. Kaurin out.